Okay, hello again, Alexa. You're here for the second part of Ant-Man thing. I had to stop recording because I was bored. Yeah, I guess I don't. Okay, so he was found innocent. He said sorry to the Avengers, apologized for everything he had done, and then he said he wanted to go back to his life of being a scientist, just a scientist. And in this time, when he was just a scientist, he called himself Dr. Pym, the Scientific Adventurer. Over time, Jeanette and Hank returned back to their romantic, state, which was a little bit rough because he, didn't want to go back to how he was and through all that. So they were a little distant. So then they decided they actually are going to move to England together. So they move, and they stopped doing, the whole crime fighting thing. She also claimed that she was not going to marry him anymore. I mean, you kind of have to see why she didn't want to marry him. So the reason they moved to England was because of Scarlet Witch's little, her breakdown that actually ended up with Wasp going into a coma. Obviously, their relationship failed again. So once she left, he started having a relationship with a student, which is just great. So, they started having a relationship, and once she learned everything about him, everything, she actually revealed herself of being a Skrull. She used Hulk's powers to defeat Ant-Man, and then kind of put a Skrull in his place. So after the Skrull invasion, Hank returned back to Earth, and he saw that Wasp was dead. She had died. So he then created his alternate identity now as being Wasp in memory of Wasp. So Hank created the Avengers Academy to help teenagers with superpowers to control them. So Tigress, she had a child named William Grant. When the Skrull invasion was happening, she had a child with the Skrull that was actually taking Hank's body form. So she had a child with him, thinking it was the real Hank. So she asked him if she died or something happened to her, if he could, take care of William for her. Ant-Man then revealed that he was actually trying to bring back Wasp from the dead. It was actually revealed later that that actually was not Wasp's body. It was actually the wife of Korvac. Hank joins the Secret Avengers now. There's a signal going on, and Hank finds out that that signal can only come from Janet. So they go find her. They find her. They see that she's actually destroyed like half an army, and she's actually almost about to get killed by this dude. They defeat the dude, get Janet back, and once they get back to their place, the party was hosted for her. But being the Avengers and being Marvel, that didn't last long. That happiness, yep, didn't last very long. So Wolverine, from the far future, came back from an alternate universe where Ultron had destroyed all humankind. He came back because he wanted to actually kill Pym, so Ultron was never created. But Wolverine from the near future actually stopped him. So Pym, he lived because he was able to create a fail-safe program to be able to destroy Ultron when he wanted. So in the present day, he was able to shut down Ultron once and for all. Or at least that's what they say, once and for all. Ultron really just keeps coming freaking back. He can't just die. Okay. So years into the past, there was an Ultron who they actually captured by making him think that Pym was dead. And they lured him into his body, captured him, and sent him up to space. And then in present day, Ultron came back. So Ultron returned. And he was, creating robots. And he created these robots that look just like the Avengers to fight, the Avengers. Pym and Ultron are fighting, which actually leads to them actually merging together. So Captain America is, trying to tell Pym, while Ultron, get control. I know you're still in there, you have to fight it. No. Obviously, Pym soon enough in that control thing kind of knows that what's happening, and he notices it. So he himself, Ultron, with Pym, they go up to space, disappear, bye bye. So a funeral was hosted for Pym, Hank Pym, because he had technically died. And Ultron's now drifting up in space all alone. Wish you good. Bye. One last thing. Sorry. I need to say something. If I'm wrong, one of the things, and if you're watching this and you know a lot more of Marvel and a lot more of Ant-Man than I do, I'd really love to know more about him. And if you guys could comment, if anyone could, that would actually make my life, please. So, I'm not an expert in Marvel, I'm not an expert in Ant-Man, and not an expert in these things, but I just would love to learn if I, accidentally said something wrong that you'd like to correct me about, or something that I left out that's actually pretty huge that you'd like to tell me, which would be great. So, thanks guys, just want to let you guys know I'm not an expert, so don't take my word for all of this. Yeah, well, bye!